Hi everyone, for today's featured ship we're going to be looking at British India's Erinpura. This vessel was part of a class of 7 sister ships known as the E-class because they were all named after places beginning with E. This particular ship entered service on the 6th of December 1911 and its vital statistics were as follows. With a tonnage of 5,128 gross tons, the Erinpura was 411 feet long, which translates to 125 meters, thereabouts. A beam of 52.5 feet, which translates to 16 meters. The ship had 2 triple expansion engines with twin propellers that could drive the ship at a relatively decent speed of 16.7 knots. For its compact size, it could carry 51 first-class passengers, 39 second-class passengers, and a whopping 2,359 deck passengers. And to operate the ship, there was a crew of 26 officers and 84 ratings. The Erinpura was quite the crowded ship. The Erinpura survived the First World War, but its career almost got cut short when, on the 15th of June 1919, it ran aground. And in a case of history repeating itself, the ship found itself in the same position as White Star's Suivik, with a section of the ship firmly aground and the rest of it floating freely. After initially having been deemed uneconomical to salvage and abandoned, it was then decided to give salvage another go. Maybe somebody had looked at what had been done for the Suivik, and extreme surgery was undertaken where the bow of the ship was cut off and left to rust away on the rocks, and the remaining 3/4 of the ship was towed away. The forward bulkheads made watertight, and once back in the UK, a new bow section was simply riveted back on. And as good as new, the Erinpura continued on its merry way. The Erinpura and the Suivik could both jokingly share the title of being the longest ships in the world, with their bows being at such an extreme distance from the rest of the ship. Unfortunately for Erinpura, its career would be cut short by the Second World War. Being requisitioned as a troop ship, it would be tragically sunk after an air attack on the 1st of May 1943, where around 800 people did not survive after bombs had been dropped onto the ship from attacking aircraft. It's a very sad end to a ship that represents the middle tier of liners, the smaller vessels that just simply humbly went about doing their service without flagship status, without incredible fanfare. And its tragic fate is representative of the terrible end of many ships that were needlessly lost in war. To learn more about the Erinpura and other ships of its era, I do have a recommendation for you. And because there are more British India ship docos coming, I won't go through all the British India books. But this particular book is good because A, it was my introduction to the Erinpura, and B, this book is a fantastic introduction for anyone who is just getting interested in ships. And it is Lawrence Dunn's Merchant Ships of the World in Color between 1910 and 1929. This was meant to be part of a series of books, but only this one was published. This is also one of my early reviews, so for more information about the specifics of this book, do check out that review. But this is a fantastic book with beautiful, exquisite illustrations of a variety of ships, not just ocean liners. Erinpura is plate number 15 in this book, and was my introduction to this ship. And for anyone interested in learning more about ships, particularly of this era, this is such an awesome book to begin learning, reading, and just visually discovering these ships. And so there you have it. A quick history of a relatively ordinary ship that met a tragic end, the Erinpura.